Hi, my name is Nicole. Welcome to my channel, Travel to Money. In this video, I'm going to share a bit more on a personal level, telling you about what my plans are for 2023. I'll tell you what I'm thinking about in regard to travel in general, plus my personal travel plans, what I'm doing with investments, my goals for what I want to learn, and how I'm navigating business decisions. I'm a big believer that we can take different creative ideas to build out our own dreams, so I hope that some of what I'm doing will inspire you to chase your own dreams in your own creative way. If you're new here, I have created this channel to help you learn about how to travel, adventure, and have fun on the road to financial independence. I have traveled the world, I own a couple of homes in Spain, and I'm on a creative journey to financial independence. I believe the road to financial freedom can and should be fun. I hope you'll subscribe and join me on this journey no matter where you are starting from. I don't know about anyone else, but 2022 was a hard year for me. I have so much to be thankful for, and there were certainly highlights from the year, but for the first time in my life, I really struggled with anxiety during certain seasons, and other things just felt like a push to get through. I say all of that acknowledging that relative to so many other people, my life probably looks like a piece of cake. I'm only expressing all of this because I'm sure there are some other people out there who feel like they need a fresh year with new beginnings. If you are one of those people, you are not alone. I am eagerly anticipating what this new year will bring. I want to be ready to take advantage of opportunities to travel, to invest, and most importantly, to make memories with the people on this planet that I love the most. So let's start with travel. A year has passed since borders began to reopen, and one thing is loud and clear: travel has gotten a bit more expensive. The good news is that you'll mostly feel this when it comes to flights and car rentals, but there are still some very inexpensive ways to have free or cheap accommodations. If you're a free-spirited traveler, you may want to try couch surfing, woofing, or workaway for free stays. Another great opportunity can be house sitting. I pay a yearly fee to be part of trusted house sitters. There are a lot of opportunities to stay for free in exchange for looking after pets, gardens, or other requests that homeowners might have. A great way to get started is by finding local opportunities. If you are a homeowner, you can find local house sitting opportunities and then rent your house out while you house sit and stay for free somewhere else. As for me, my year looks like it will have bits and pieces of different opportunities. When I'm in Europe, I'll either stay at my house in Spain or I'll likely find cheap rentals on Airbnb. I'm hoping to go to Australia to visit my best friend in the summer. Australia is more expensive, so I'd love to find some house sitting opportunities while there. I was supposed to be going to Spain in March, in part to work on my house and also because my favorite festival is happening in Valencia during the month of March. You can learn more about that in my Valencia video right up here. But my plans for March are now up in the air. One of my close family friends is having a baby in March, and I might be buying a home in the US, so the trip to Spain could be delayed a month or two, but I'll get there sometime before the summer. If I head to Australia in the summer, I'd love to stay on that side of the world for a bit, going back to Bali or checking out Thailand, Vietnam, or Philippines for the first time. All of those places are incredibly budget friendly. When I was in Bali, I paid around $350 to stay in a beautiful 2-bedroom house for 2 weeks that had breakfast included. It was incredible. I fell in love with Bali. I always struggle with the decision: do I go back to the beautiful places I've already been that I loved, or do I explore new places? Both pull me and it can be hard to decide, but I do think I need some new places on the travel list. Speaking of Bali, a friend of mine sent me a couple of articles about a new law in Indonesia that forbids sex outside of marriage. Basically, if an unmarried couple is living together, has sex, or if there is adultery in a marriage, you could actually go to jail, and it doesn't just pertain to locals. I'm going to make a couple of uneducated guesses here. If you are more educated on the topic or from Indonesia, I'd love for you to comment and tell us more. So Indonesia as a country is predominantly Muslim, whereas Bali is predominantly Hindu. I have very limited knowledge of the Hindu religion, but I would guess that this new law does not come from the political position in Bali. Like I said, I'm just making a guess here. My next thought is that I find it highly unlikely that this will affect tourists in Bali. Hotels and Airbnbs are there to make money, so they're not likely going to be in the business of turning in their guests to law enforcement, and I don't think it's likely that the government would push for that, at least not in Bali. But Bali isn't the only beautiful place to visit in Indonesia. I'm guessing it's not going to be a common practice to imprison tourists throughout the country who are living together and not married, but you also don't want to be the outlier who is used in a situation to make an example of someone. If you are traveling with your partner and you are not married, I would just suggest that you do your research and that you do your best to stay safe. Bali is at the top of my favorite places in the world, so I wouldn't count it out because of this, but I am not an international law expert, so please consult a professional before you make a travel decision like this. Okay, I've mentioned Spain, Australia, and Southeast Asia. In 2023, I'd love to visit more places in Europe. I want to do a 2-week stay at an all-inclusive resort for a vacation at some point, and I want to do a snowboarding trip to anywhere awesome. If you have recommendations for all-inclusive resorts or ski trips on a budget, let me know in the comments. Also, give me a list of your travel plans for the next year. Next, let's just briefly touch on investments. In the US, we're in the middle of a recession that looks like it will continue well into and throughout 2023. In my stock market portfolio, I have sold a portion of my stocks to have cash on hold for when it hits the lowest of lows so that I'm able to buy back in at a lower rate. I've kept some invested, and then I've also done well by following Michael Burry's largest holding. If you don't know, Michael Burry is the man who predicted the housing crisis. They made a movie about him called The Big Short. It's fantastic, and I'd recommend watching it. He's known for running deep into the numbers and finding investments that are way undervalued. Anyway, I'm not a financial advisor, so before you invest, be sure you do your own research or consult a professional. You probably already know that I bought a house in Spain for $5,000 recently. I'll be continuing to invest about $500 per month in that renovation for now. I mentioned before, but I may also be purchasing a house in Florida. I'm mostly interested in homes that have an additional dwelling unit on the property that can be rented to help cover the mortgage cost on the main home. So that's what is going on with my investments, except for the most important, which are the investments of my time. Ever since COVID hit, I have had 3 years of nearly nonstop hustle. If it looks like I just travel and have fun, well, you'd be missing the majority of my life, which has been really hard work. But sometimes I get sidetracked by shiny money opportunities that are easy and right in front of me, rather than investing my time and skilling up. So this year is going to look different for me. You might have heard me talk about Salesforce before, and I've also recently become interested in the project management professional certification. Instead of choosing one, I'm going to do both. I'm going to get my Salesforce certification and my project management professional certification. Then I'm going to spend some time learning more about coding and would like to obtain a certification in that as well. Lastly, I need to pick up where I left off in learning the Spanish language. I want to both honor the culture of Spain, where I spend a lot of time, and I just find incredible value in being bilingual. The ability to communicate with people matters, and learning Spanish will allow me the opportunity of building relationships in so many places around the world. So those are the 4 ways that I plan to upgrade my skill set this year. Are you interested in any of the 4 things I mentioned? If I created videos or study groups, is that something you'd want to participate in? Let me know. Lastly, I want to share some personal reflection after spending 2 years developing this YouTube channel. I have pretty consistently posted 1 video every week that I thought might be of value to other people. I haven't made a dime doing this, and I've probably invested 600 plus hours of my time. Recently, I had an Instagram video go viral that brought with it a lot of support, thousands and thousands of new followers, as well as some less than kind responses from many individuals. I had never planned to grow an Instagram audience like that, and it was tempting to figure out how I could monetize it quickly. A dream of mine is to be able to help people by producing content and to be able to do it full time. But after some careful reflection, I've decided to continue doing what I've been doing already. I don't want to be in the business of selling something, whether that's a product, service, course, or anything else, just for the purpose of making money. At the point that I do offer those things, I want it to be from a place of value, passion, and purpose. So for now, I'm okay with continuing on the slow growth path. The only thing I charge for currently is one-on-one coaching, and that is due to the direct exchange for my time, since I've had so many requests for one-on-one help. I've loved making YouTube videos, and nothing makes me happier than when someone reaches out and says that I've made some kind of impact in their life. That right there is the dream. I say it at the end of every video, and I truly mean it. I can't wait to see where your dreams will take you.